Show 75. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to Outside the Round Table. I'm your host, H.L. Seiler. Hope everybody's doing good today. And great day to be alive. Beautiful day outside. I'll let you know, is everybody ready? Can't hear you. I said, is everybody ready? And then let's get to it. Is it me? I want y'all to tell me today, number here today, 386-868-0635. Once again, it's 386-868-0635. I want to know, is it me, or does it seem that the Republicans are out here using the same game plan all over again? And if you wonder what I'm talking about Larry Elder out in California with this recall for Governor Newsom. Larry Elder is going out. He was on TV this morning saying that if the election is rigged, if the election is some kind of way going to be rigged, the election ain't even started yet. The same game plan, ladies and gentlemen. The same game plan. They know that, listen, they know that they're not introducing any policies that can help the people whatsoever. All they're looking to do is obfuscate so they can stay in power. Huh? That's all. See, you never had a group of people until Trump got in office that questioned the integrity of all our poll workers and all the people that's responsible for doing these elections each cycle. Huh? Nobody talks about that. That's a slap in the face to all the decent, hard-working people that believe in a democracy, that believe in America being great, I believe in fair elections. They believe in fair elections, and what you have is a bunch of Republicans that's really trying to steal and rig the election in broad daylight, right in our face, huh? And it seems like the media, even though they're covering it, they're not covering it at the level that I feel they should. I mean, that's just me. I feel that these voter suppression laws that's brought up all over the country, I believe that should be the number one topic right now. And the urgency, I don't see no urgency from the Biden administration to right these wrongs. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't see it. Maybe you see it. You know, once again, this show is to stimulate conversation while assimilating information. So if you got any information to assimilate, feel free to call in at 386-868-0635. All views matter here at Outside the Round Table. But here we go all over again. Here we go all over again with these Republicans in Washington, in these state houses all over the country, are trying to sow doubt in the people believing in a fair elections in this country. Because I'm here to say the only people who was trying to cheat and cheating was the Republicans. And people get mad, but it's the truth. I've never seen. That's why I say you got to take money out of Washington, out of politics, because what you have is you have a bunch of men that just trying to stay in power any way they can. Huh? It don't matter if they break some rules here and there, they throw out some votes here and there, and you know, it's the same thing Trump did before the election. Months before the election, he was saying, "Oh, this is going to be the most rigged election ever." He was set, ladies and gentlemen, he was setting the tone right there to be able to cry about a stolen election when, in fact, he lost fair and square. I like to see a recount of some of the states that he won. Because I've said numerous times on this show, he ain't had to rig that election. All I got to do is turn around, all I got to do is look at the country. Huh? All I got to do is look at the country. We have never been in this worse shape since the Depression. We have never been in this shape. The last time we was in shape like this was during the Depression. If y'all think that residual, y'all think we through with the residuals of Trump? If you think that, you're solely wrong. Because what you have is all these Trump sycophants going out there, copying the same game plan he been doing. Calling an election in the doubt. But I don't see a pushback from the majority of people who know better. I don't see the pushback. So now you have Elder out here crying about the election. The election ain't even started yet. You see how ludicrous that sounds? The election ain't even started yet. So what are you saying? So what we do? Cast aspersions on the people that's running the election? They ain't got nothing to win. They ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing to gain. They just doing their job like they was doing their job before y'all clowns even became politicians. I just like to know one thing, and maybe you guys can help me. When will this country stand up and do something about these Republicans when, my opinion, are out here openly calling for insurrections, openly calling for violence, and nobody's saying nothing? Oh, we talk about it. Oh, we talk about it a little bit, but then we go to Afghanistan, or we go some other place other than what we should be dealing with right now. And right here is this voter suppression laws that's been implemented all over this country to disenfranchise a whole segment of people. Huh? What you said, child? I said, what we need to be concentrating on, listen to me, is raising a holy saying about them allowing those bills to even be implemented. Why did the Biden administration sit up there and let it be implemented? I was hollering at the top of my lungs when they first started this nonsense right after the election. We had 143 voter suppression bills in place in 43 states. I said right there, where's the Biden administration? Where old Kamala? We all seem to love so much. We love locking up black people in California. That was our number one thing. So y'all keep on loving. Do your homework on these people. You don't see them sitting. You don't see them standing up fighting. All they do is give us. They give us lip service. It's almost as if Trump's still in office and the Republicans still in charge, huh? That would have seemed like to me. I don't know what it seemed like to you. But it seems like to me that the Republicans still in charge. They still running things, and the Democrats still following along like flunkies. That's what I see. I see Clyburn, who sold people out of South Carolina. Yeah, he sold the people out. Y'all get mad at me all you want. I don't just talk about no Donald Trump. I talk about whoever need to talk about. Clyburn sold us out. He's still selling us out. So for all y'all who think so highly of him, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see a John Lewis. I don't see it. I see Clyburn being artful in every move he making. Has this country really lost its mind? I'm here today to ask the American people, my listeners, have we lost our minds? We have allowed a man in his party, to put the rest of us in harm's way. Now you got them showing up at the hospitals. These anti-mask people. Y'all better go sit down somewhere. Now y'all know, and y'all they always talk about race, but y'all know if black people doing that, man, they'll be locking us up ad nauseum. It'll be the number one talk about. It'll be the number one thing talked about on the radio ad nauseum. It'll be the number one thing talked about on TV ad nauseum is how black people have lost their mind. They're at the hospital trying to stop people from getting shots and getting well in the middle of a pandemic. You see the entitlement? You see that entitlement I talk about all the time? They have no fear of police. They have no fear of police. 30, 40 years ago, even the black police couldn't even arrest a white person in Daytona unless he had to call a white police officer. Ask Chief Jakari Young. If you think I'm taking off, if you think I'm all out there, ask Chief Jakari Young. He'll tell you. See, a lot of things that we don't realize and we're not aware of, because, ladies and gentlemen, we're not paying attention. Huh? We're not paying attention. And I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. When it comes midterms and everybody show out, we had this large turnout, and we still lose. Because guess what? We have allowed them to come in and go through all the ballots, Arizona, play with all the ballots so you can find out a way to cheat. That's just like you playing cards with somebody and you winning, and then they want to come and get a card and look at the cards and see what's wrong with the cards. You lost. Your policies, they're no good for this country. But because they're so flush with money, they pay all these operatives to go out here and act like they concerned citizens when they really get paid. Only people you said are hollering with the Republicans and others, they get paid. You got all these thousands of talk shows around here spewing propaganda for the Republicans. And then you got shows like me and the others. We had to find our way. We had to finance these shows the best way we can. But if I turn to Republican right now, my show will be paid for the whole year, and I be getting a stipend every week. Because we have allowed money to infiltrate politics past what we're accustomed to. I mean, Trump got $100,000 in his pack. $100 million and some in his pack. And he can spend that for whatever he feels like spending it for. Under the guise that he need the money for legal counsel, and that he's gonna file suit in some of these states, some of these swing states, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Y'all already know the routine. Y'all already know the song and dance routine this man brings. But my point is this. After January 6th, how do he get to go out here and do another rally on September 18th? How? Somebody please tell me how. Let me get this straight. Let me see if I get this straight. He went on TV, and I told y'all when he first got in office, I said, hey, this dude is dangerous. And most of the danger comes from him not knowing no better and him surrounding himself with his flunkies who are his yes men. So now, I keep telling y'all, I was so glad. I was so stressed out these last 4 years. I believe I aged 10 years in the last 4. Huh? Because I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, that during the time he was president, every day I woke up, I was stressed out. They're doing it, and I got so tired of seeing this reality show bum on TV every day, masquerading like he's trying to run the country, when all he was doing was trying to get what he could get for him and his. That's it. Through the grace of God and through certain Americans who refuse to go along with the Kool-Aid. Because we was like 3 or 4 people away from a coup. He was going to overturn that election. If 3 or 4 people would have did what he asked them to do, this election, we'd be in chaos right now. And that's why it's so dangerous. He shouldn't even never be allowed to even run for office. Because let me ask you a question. Maybe somebody can help me with that. Let me ask you a question. How is it that you have a man running for office to run a government that he says crooked? Can anybody explain that to me? I mean, that's the most confusing thing I ever heard. Because it seemed like to me, when he was in office, he did what he wanted to do. I don't know about y'all, but it's like he did everything he wanted to do, when he wanted to do it, how he wanted to do it, with no pushback. Now you want to go on TV and try to put down the current administration. Never did enough for the people. Got us in this pandemic where people dying like flies. This Trump fault. Y'all think he was just going to do all the negative things he did for 4 years and walk out And then we're going to imagine like a light turning on, everything going to go back to normal. It's getting worse. And let me say this. The man owed us, taxpayers, $79 million. I don't hear nobody telling about him paying that money back, why he ain't get that money back yet. Have you heard nothing about it? And Letitia James, I love you. You my girlfriend, cause you finna all y'all my girlfriends who out there trying to hold the line. But could you please hurry up and get this man and do something with this man? Because he's the greatest existential threat to his country, Donald Trump. And then you got this almost cult-like following behind that's perplexing to me. I can't understand to save my life. I can't understand how people who's supposed to be intelligent people, who's supposed to be college-educated people, could fall for this comment. It's bad enough that he's leading people who don't know no better wrong. But you're going to try to lead the people who know better wrong too? We know it's wrong. So you ain't gonna try me like that. You a clown. You ain't got no business being able to run for office. And to me, the only reason people voted for you, because they know your hatred for minorities, brother, and your immigration policies. They don't care if you don't pay the same tax that a 17-year-old or 16-year-old working at McDonald's paid the last 3 years when you was in office. They don't care nothing about you. They don't care nothing about that. They don't care nothing about the $79 million that you owe us. They don't care nothing about that. All they care about is the immigrants supposed to be taking their jobs. And they need to go back to where they come from. My thing is, and I've said this a couple times, how a nation of immigrants gonna hate on immigrants? Where they do that at? How could a nation of immigrants hate on other immigrants? I can't say if the Indians felt that way. Y'all never got the foothold that you got in this country. And the Indians felt that way. But it's just mind-boggling to me how a nation of immigrants gonna hate on other immigrants. That's why they got this council culture. They want to set the agenda out. They don't want us to know the truth. Truth is, white people are immigrants too. Truth is, white people should be called European Americans too. They try to call us African American. Call yourself European American then. How you gonna try to just distance yourself from me? You wasn't distancing yourself at night when you was coming in the house, raping our daughters and our mamas. You wasn't distancing yourself then. European Americans, my native European Americans. So what gives? No, one thing about it, if you don't know your history, most people tell you, if you don't know your history, you're bound to repeat it. And that's where I see us going. I see the country allow a right-wing movement to permeate this country without the pushback they used to do with the Panthers. Or the pushback they used to do with the Muslims, black Muslims. They had them officers bugged. They had the organizations infiltrated. Let me get this straight. Y'all can infiltrate a black sect, but y'all can't infiltrate a white sect. See, that should be easy to infiltrate a white group than a black group. Y'all ain't no problem infiltrating the black groups. It's almost as if white people is some kind of tacit relationship with the police, but white people don't go to jail. It's gotta be some kind of tacit understanding that we don't know about. Stop calling me African. Stop saying I'm an African American. I'm a native black with African descent. That's what I am. Don't try to water down my contribution to this country, the native blacks, the slaves who built this country. Y'all do know that we've been out of slavery shorter than we was in slavery. We was in slavery longer than we've been out of slavery. Y'all do know that, right? Kids, cancel culture. What you gonna do? Whitewash our history like you try to whitewash January 6th? Cancel culture. Give me a break. How about true culture? How about true culture? Let's do that. How about reparations? How about reparations? It's time that the native blacks get paid for the 300 or 400 years of free labor this country got on our backs. And every politician every year get out here on the campaign stump and profess their love profess their love for black people in our quest to get reparations. And then as soon as they get elected, you never hear him talk about it again. I mean, Biden talked about it. I ain't heard him talk about it since he's been in office, have you? Kamala talked about it. I ain't heard him talk about it since they've been in office, have you? I'm just asking. We got to stop being sheep. We got to understand that they work for us. So instead of everybody looking at them as rock stars, you need to be looking at them as your employees. Huh? If you look at them as your employees, I think you better deal with them a little bit better than you dealing with them. Let them know we're going to vote their butts right out of office. We're going to start a culture where if they don't do nothing, we get rid of them. These Democrats, these soft Democrats, who ain't willing to go out here and fight for us, you need to get out of the way and go find you some other employment. Huh? You need to go find y'all need to get out of the way. They need to get out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, and we need to make them get out of the way. Because what's happening now is these lobbyists paying these politicians off, and they're doing the bidding of the corporations, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to tell you that. They're doing the bidding of the corporations. Never mind you and I put them in office. But once they get in office, get to Washington, well, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what happens. They no longer feel like they got to do the need for the people. And I think that's dangerous. When are we as a nation going to stand up and say, enough is enough? When are we going to do that? Before it's too late. We're walking around and everything going on like it's normal. Everything is not normal. to see that you got a political party that's out here yelling about voter integrity at the same time they're rigging the elections. Now you tell me how you deal with a group like that. How do you deal with a group like that? What are grown-ups? What are men? What are men in the Democratic Party? Where they at? What are representatives men in the Democratic Party? Where they at? I see Schumer out here by himself. Listen, let me say this to everybody. And y'all know I'm the Republican whisperer, but let me say this to you. We have to stop yelling back at these people that they don't lost their mind. Instead of standing around and letting them form the narrative like the Democrats always do. And I always say this, the Democrats, they reactive, they're not proactive. We need to get some Democrats that's going to be proactive, ladies and gentlemen. Not these Democrats that just take that $3,500 a week and be in session once or twice a month. At least they can do is fight for us. It ain't no good look when millions of people finna be thrown out in the streets, and you got all these Congress people running to the airports to get home. Cori Bush had the only freshman representative just got in office. Only person stood up for it. We gotta get some more people like that. See, she just got in office. She feel it. She can feel it. Once you've been in office 30, 40 years, you don't feel nothing. All you feel is your pockets. I keep telling everybody who will listen, they playing games with our lives. I don't like it. I resent it, as a matter of fact. I resent this great country being trashed by a few groups of people who making money hand over fist and don't care about nothing but the rest of us, and don't care nothing about democracy. All they care about is being in power and being able to do whatever they want to do for them and their friends. And that's what's going on to America. I can't believe it. I'm sad. It saddens me. And then you got these milquetoast response from Biden. I keep telling you, he ain't moving with no urgency. See, let me give you an example. You can care somebody care about you, but the urgency they move, right? Let me help you out. Let me give you an example. I'm sick, right? I got a wife, right? I'm telling my wife, I'm so sick. I need this, I need that, I need that. I'm telling my wife, hey, man, I need some more pills. I need some antibiotics. I need some tea. I need some soup. I'm sick, I'm hurting, man. And she looking at me like, you can get up and go get that stuff yourself. That's how I look at this country doing us. Same way. People dying like flies. And the Republicans, and another thing too, people dying like flies, and the Republicans don't vote no on every bill that would have helped us come through this pandemic. They don't vote no. Then they go back to their towns, their districts, and act like they had a part of the money that's been sent. And then you got some of these clowns like DeSantos and Abbott, who when the money is appropriated to those states, they won't even give it to y'all. Huh? They won't even give it to y'all. See, that shit comes under malfeasance right there. That should come under malfeasance right there. When these states, and Florida always do it. Rick Scott did it when Obama sent the money for the tri-rail, for the bullet rail from Orlando to West Palm Beach or somewhere it's supposed to have been going. But it's supposed to get people around the state a lot quicker if you ain't no car. Obama sent that money, Rick Scott sent it back. This is what I'm saying. That's why I can't understand. Same thing with the Republican Senate. Same thing. They voted no to every bill, but guess what? When midterms come around, they'll get the majority again. Trust me, when midterms come around again, they're gonna take back the Senate. Maybe the House. Because they already don't redistrict all these voting districts where they don't gain 10 seats without even one vote being cast. Now you know that's a shame. They don't allow them to redistrict and redraw all that gerrymandering they doing. It should be against the law. It should be a shame. They have redrawn these districts where they gave 10 seats in the House before the election even started. How fair is that? You got a segment of people going around crying about the election rigged. At the same time, we got to win by 8 million votes just to win the election. You give them an 8 million vote handicap, and they still crying, but the election is rigged. I'm sick of these Republicans crying. And it is not a good look when you see a bunch of rich people crying because they can't get their way. It burns me up to no end to see these rich Republicans out here crying when the whole entire time, listen to me, when the whole entire time they're rigging the system. They're trying to rig the election. They're trying to do away with the will of the people. Well, few men can make that decision. Are you kidding me? We got to start paying attention. We really do. I try to sound an alarm because it's bad, and we don't. And most Americans don't even realize it yet. And that's why I come on here and I yell and I scream because I'm doing my best before it's too late to let everybody know. Hey, y'all do know they're rigging the system. They even got a law where one man, I think it's the Secretary of that state in the House, the State House, or is it? I'm not sure what exact position this person holds, but it's going to be a person that can overturn the will of the people. And I think that's un-American. But we'll talk about that on the other side. We're going to take a break. This is HL Silo. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Listen. Another thing, too, I got a bone of contention with. 386-868-0635. Well, nobody takes offense. Nobody takes offense that there are all these great Americans out here that run these elections, that these clowns going around casting aspersions on the character of all those great Americans that run these elections, they recycle these election officials. That's not a good look. It seems like their whole game plan is to cast doubt on a mechanism that's been in place all these years, and people that have been running these elections all these years. Now all of a sudden, you got a Carnival Barker get into politics, a Carnival Barker, a B-list reality show host, and now he wants to. See what's going to happen? They don't find out that it's money to be made in politics. It's money to be made for crime. It's money to be made out of whining. See, because you know Trump gonna always gravitate toward the most negative aspect of anything, because he's a negative person. Donald Trump don't have no idea what me and you going through. So all y'all out there voting for him, keep on voting for him. That's up to you. I can't tell you who to vote for, but it just makes y'all look like sheep. I'm just being honest with you. And it makes me think that the only reason y'all so crazy about Donald Trump because y'all know he don't like black people. That's the only reason y'all so crazy about Donald Trump. I'm tired of sugarcoating everything. The reason that they don't want nothing to happen to Donald Trump and let Donald Trump do what he want to do, because they know he don't like black people and minorities, black and brown people. They know he don't. Minorities, period. So he claimed. Yet, he sleep in the bed with one every night. Oh, no, he don't. She sleep in a whole nother room. My bad. But y'all get what I'm trying to say. Y'all get my drift. You don't like immigrants, so you hate immigrants, but you marrying them and having kids from them. You can't hate them too much. I refuse. Listen to me. I refuse to be led by a nut. Donald Trump is a nut. And all these people keep following. And every time he do something, you see how ridiculous he seems, or you see how wrong you are, and they still following. Like a Jim Jones type relationship. So I got an idea. Since y'all love him so much, why don't y'all just go on? Y'all giving Donald Trump $100 million since January, over $100 million since January. I don't know how much that. I don't know how much that tilde is right now, but I know it's over $100 million. So since he got so much control over you guys, and he supposed to be so rich, he supposed to be a millionaire, but y'all see fit to send y'all hard-earned money. Many of y'all on Social Security sending that money too. Ought to be ashamed of yourself. Sending your Social Security money to Donald Trump. Are you kidding me? He claimed he claimed to be a billionaire. Stop it. Stop it already. Don't be no sheep. Don't be led by a nutcase. And you people who supposed to be having common sense and supposed to be having a little sense, that's going for Trump, that's going for Donald Trump, y'all sheep too. Because anybody who told me to inject bleach in my arm, I'll stop listening to that person, period. That'd be last thing ever here. Yeah, that'd be the last thing I ever listen for. Once he said that, he wouldn't have to worry about me listening to not one more word he said. But they still running around here behind him like he God or something. I mean, people who supposed to have some intelligence. This don't even seem like America no more. Can't even pass an infrastructure bill. Ladies and gentlemen, we can't fix our roads and our bridges? Are you kidding me? They still sitting there haggling, been haggling almost 2 months over an infrastructure bill. Are you kidding me? I surmise the whole game plan is to run out the clock. All they worry about is midterm and get back in power. They ain't worried about doing no meaningful legislation work. Are you kidding me? You got Republicans supposed to be the minority. They still act like they're the majority in the Senate. With Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin. Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema worried about the Republicans. And they Democrats. Everywhere you turn, you see a handicap for the Republicans. You see a way for the Republicans to stay in power. You see mechanism put in place for the Republicans to win votes. Yet about voter integrity. Political party that's rigging the system right in front of our face. How about? See, I keep telling you, all it is to obfuscate and distract. Their whole game plan is to do nothing. Sow doubt on everything that we trying to do that could bring us back to normal, some kind of semblance of normal. They ain't interested in that. Because it is my belief that if I can keep you sick and poor, I can control you. Huh? If they keep the whole country sick and poor, they can control us. That's why you saw Donald Trump the whole time he was in office. The only thing he was worried about was the stock market. And he was saying how great it was because he was only governing for that 1%. He was only governing for 1%. All the policies that Trump put in place went to the 1%. So what's up with the rest of y'all? A blind man can see what these Republicans are trying to do. They're trying to run the clock out. When the last time you see Republicans come together and push a bill that can help the American people? And don't say the stimulus package, because that wasn't it, because really the Democrats came with that and Donald Trump, like he do everywhere, at first he didn't want to give nothing. Then when he seen that it was being politically astute of him to do that, that's when he did it. So all of a sudden, it was at Trump. Then he want to put his name on the checks. See? I never seen a man that didn't do nothing but always want all the credit. And that's what we had as a president. Donald Trump, I'm going to say, I believe they cheated. That's how he got elected the first time. Because anybody take this clown serious. And I still don't believe all those people voted for him. I don't believe the American people that dumb. Because if you voted for Donald Trump, you voted against your own best interests. I don't care if you're making $200,000 a year. You vote against your own best interests. And these wealthy people need to start paying their fair share in taxes. You don't want to fix no roads. You don't want to pay no taxes. You don't want to do nothing but take out money. Can't even get the road fixed. Keep playing games with our lives, man. We paying our hard tax money. People going out dutifully paying their taxes. And y'all playing games with our money. They playing games with our money, y'all. Got billionaires paying nothing in taxes. Amos and all them boys. Banos and all them boys. Paying nothing in taxes. Billionaires. But you want to put us in jail when we have a bad tax year? I done passed vote suppression law bills all over the country. But they out here hollering about we want to keep the elections fair. We want to keep Larry Elder this morning. We want to keep integrity. There need to be, man, ain't nothing wrong with our election, but y'all trying to rig it. And we need to rewrite this tax policy. We should have a progressive tax base put in place. Tax these rich people who ain't paying no money, who making all the money on our roads with their trucking companies, making all the money in our country with all their businesses, but they don't want to even pay the road that their trucks riding on. Potholes all over the place, gravel from the trucks, breaking your window, all kind of stuff. They allow rich people to do everything. Get away with anything. That's why they look so surprised when you're arrested when they kill one another. Taxing us to death. We're scared to tax them. This got to stop. Man, listen, when you got Warren Buffett, got way more in trouble. When you got Warren Buffett out there saying, hey, listen, these tax laws not fair. That's a billionaire saying that, y'all. We got to stop being sheep. Rich people don't have no job. They make their money in the stock market. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to say, we have got to stop what they're doing right now. We got to stop all this nonsense. We got to change voter laws that allow the super rich to rig these systems. Huh? People die because we have allowed these people who really seem to be in the minority to drive the narrative in this country. But no pushback at all from the majority. I keep saying on every show, and I gotta say it again, it seems like these people who are supposed to be responsible for the people who have elected them are doing their own thing without any consideration of the people that voted them in office. Huh? They're doing the bidding of these big corporations. They ain't doing the bidding of nothing. They ain't doing the bidding of nothing. Listen, when they formed this government, our forefathers, they didn't have this in mind. And I gotta say this, until we change the way Washington is ran, it's only gonna get worse. You hear me? Because I see no meaningful action being taken to stop all the malfeasance that went on these last 4 or 5 years. I don't see a push to really punish the people of January 6th. And I keep saying every week, this country in trouble, everybody. This country in trouble. And people aren't paying attention to what's actually happening out here in this country. And listen, it's up to us to realize what's going on. All right? Before it's too late. It's up to us to feel like what's going on, you know. It's up to us to take back our democracy. That's what I'm trying to say in a nice way. You got a clown like Larry Elder that could possibly be a governor by runoff. So now they try to do runoffs now. They're doing every trick in the book, spending all this money. They just spent $226 million. $250 million, ladies and gentlemen, on a recall. Trying to recall Newsom in California. These Republicans throwing away our money like it ain't nothing. Instead of using our money to build roads and to build schools and to build bridges. Remember, we're here to stimulate conversation while assimilating information. Huh? And that's what we do. Because it's going to take everybody's input to find the solutions to the problem that affect us every day. So y'all hear the music? I mean, it's time to put down that sandwich and get back to work, or put back that sandwich and get back to class, or whatever it was you were doing before you came outside the round table with me today. But, you know, HL love everybody. Just try to give it to you real. And try to give it to you. I believe in tough love. That's all. I give love, but I give tough love. So, listen. HL loves everybody. But HL comes with that tough love. You hear me? So, listen. I love everybody. And until next Tuesday at noon, I'm out.